Good afternoon, students. In the chapter 14, that is food, health, and diseases, now we are going to discuss about functions, deficiency diseases, and sources of minerals. So, basically, today's topic is based on minerals. Okay, earlier also we have seen about the minerals, the important one like calcium, like phosphorus, but now we will discuss about them in detail, the functions of these minerals and the deficiency diseases which cause because of lack of these minerals, and the sources from where these minerals are obtained. So students, let us begin. Students, as our topic is functions, deficiency diseases, and sources of mineral. So here is a table given to make you clear. The very first is the list of minerals where it is given name of the minerals like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chlorine, iodine, iron, and sulfur. And in the next row it is given about the deficiency diseases, that is what are the diseases occurs because of lack of these mineral. Okay, for example, if there is lack of calcium, then weak bones are observed. This is the disease associated with lack of calcium. Now students, talking about its function, the third list is for function of these minerals. For example, if we are talking about calcium, then its function is formation of bones and teeth, and it also help in blood clotting, control membrane permeability. Okay, so this is all the functions of calcium. And in the very fourth category, sources are given. Sources, that means from where we can obtain calcium or whatever mineral we are considering, whether it is chlorine, whether it is potassium, whether it is sodium, whether it is iodine. In previous class I have told you that because of lack of mineral, that is iodine, a disease is caused, that is goiter. So the main source of iodine is seafood and common salt, and common salt must be iodized. Okay, so in this way we have to just look these four categories and understood one by one about each and every mineral. So the very first mineral is calcium, and calcium, because of deficiency of calcium, weak bones can be seen. It functions in formation of bones, help in blood clotting, and control membrane permeability. And from where we can obtain calcium? We can obtain calcium from milk, cheese, egg, yolk, beans, nuts, and green leafy vegetable. Okay, so this is about calcium. Now the second is phosphorus. So because of deficiency of phosphorus, again weak bones and teeth are observed. What is the function of phosphorus? So phosphorus mainly help in formation of bones and teeth as calciums do, and it also synthesize ATP and transfer energy. Students, ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so and what are the sources from where we can obtain phosphorus? So the sources are again milk, cheese, egg, yolk, beans, nuts, and green leafy vegetables. Now talking about the third, that is magnesium. So deficiency, sometimes its deficiency doesn't observe normally. And what basically happens, what is the function of magnesium? It involved in bone and tooth structure, okay, and for the activation of various enzymes. So manganese just activates various enzymes. And talking about its sources, so it is widely distributed both in plants and animal tissue. Now talking about the fourth, that is sodium. So its deficiency also normally doesn't observe, but you have seen in your homes also, the older patients generally it says that they have lack of sodium, or the percentage of sodium or potassium is increasing in the body or decreasing in the body. So it up to adult age it doesn't seen normally, but after that it is seen. And what basically is the function of sodium? It is used for regulation of acid base balance, okay, and maintenance of osmotic pressure of body fluid, and also preservation of permeability of cell membrane, okay. And talking about its sources, so as you all know, the formula of common salt, that is NaCl. So from common salt we can get sodium, or we can also get sodium from vegetables, eggs and nuts, okay. Now students, let's talk about the fifth one, that is potassium. Its deficiency also normally doesn't observe, and the function is it perform muscle activity, okay, and it also in osmotic pressure and water retention. So for water retention in the body, it is of great importance. Potassium is of great importance. The sources from where we can get potassium are like chicken, beef liver, like pork, oranges, potatoes and also vegetables, okay. Now students, let's talk about the sixth one, that is chlorine. So talking about chlorine, its deficiency disease is also normally doesn't observe, and its function is for water balance. It also help in osmotic pressure, gastric juices formation, and basically its role is in blood, okay. That is the chloride sift. Now its basic sources are like common salt. Now students, let's talk about the very seventh mineral, that is iodine. So talking about iodine, its deficiency result in goiter. I have told you earlier also, where swollen neck is seen, and the main function of iodine is a proper functioning of thyroid gland, okay. Goiter is resulting of the swelling up of thyroid gland. And the basic sources of iodine are seafoods and common salt, okay. Now students, let's talk about the eighth mineral, that is iron. So as you all know, deficiency of iron causes anemia, okay. And what is the function of iron is it help in cellular respiration of hemoglobin, okay. It is a constituent of hemoglobin. Basically hemoglobin is a porphyrin unit, where it is the metal is iron, and you can say that it is found in myoglobin also and cytochrome also. And their sources are liver, green vegetables, egg yolk, nuts, dates and beans, etc. Okay. Now students, let's talk about the very last, that is ninth, sulfur. So talking about sulfur, its deficiency also doesn't normally observe, and its function is for the synthesis of protein and its structure, okay. whatever proteins are there. I have earlier also told you about proteins. So there, in the structure of proteins, its function is there, and the sources from where we can get sulfur are the protein foods. You can say meat, you can say fish, eggs, and pulses. So students, this is all about today's lecture, which is based on basically the function, the deficiency diseases, and the sources of minerals. And in the category we have discussed about the 9 minerals, okay, and among them, from exam point of view, it is important for you to remember some of them. Likewise, calcium, its deficiency is weak bones are observed. Its function is the formation of bone and teeth and help in blood clotting, and its sources are the milk, cheese, eggs, and green leafy vegetables. The second one is phosphorus. For this also the same category will be observed as in case of deficiency diseases, function, and sources. Now talking about iodine, so its deficiency is goiter, and its functioning is the proper functioning of thyroid gland, and sources are, here you have to pay attention, that is thyroid gland, and the sources are seafood and common salt. Talking about the fourth, that is iron, its deficiency causes anemia. And its main function is cellular respiration, okay, and it can be obtained from liver, green vegetables, etc. So basically you have to remember the fourth one. Potassium is also necessary because its functioning is in muscle activity and also in the osmotic pressure and water retention. Sodium also is helpful for water retention. So these are also important. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you, class.